Knowledge is power. 77 WABC.
Welcome back to Rand on Real Estate. I'm Greg Rand, your host on 77 WABC. We're broadcasting from the Small Business Authority studios in Midtown Manhattan. We're also available online at WABCradio.com. I'm here with Laura Smith. How are you?
Hi, great, always.
Great to have you. So we want to take your calls. Take this number down, 800-848-WABC or 800-848-9222. Remember, if you're thinking, dreaming, pondering the idea of trying to play this housing market right so you can secure your financial future using American housing, I'm the guy that can help you do that. So give us a ring. Come see us at our website, ownamerica.com. That's Own America, as in you can own America. I mean, how awesome is that? You can actually buy pieces of this country. They're always for sale. In fact, they're on sale right now. You know this. You know this. You know this crisis means opportunity. So give us a call, and in a couple minutes I'm going to get into how professional investors approach creating wealth with individual properties. But I want to just finish up on the conversation with my buddy Dr. Shiller. Dr. Shiller, his motivation. Why would a guy who obviously loves his country, why would he knowingly drive the housing market down? Well, let me tell you about Macro Markets. Macro Markets is a company that he co-founded. It's got a lot riding on this. And it is a company that, well, I'm going to read you their mission according to their website. It says, Macro Markets LLC is a financial technology company on a mission to add liquidity to valuable economic interests and important asset classes, blah, blah, blah. What does that mean? They are creating creative, quote, our principal focus is the creation of innovative financial instruments to facilitate investment and risk management. Translation into English, they are creating poker chips, like they did on Wall Street a few years back, where they created derivative instruments, right? Ways for people to trade fast and furious in the slow-moving housing market. That encouraged a lot of crazy lending practices, that encouraged a lot of leverage, and it gave us the financial meltdown. Now, one of the things inherent in the plan for Macro Markets is to enable people to short the housing market. Now, that terminology means they're betting on it going down. Historically, if you're betting on the housing market, you're buying property, you're betting on it going up. You're betting on the value increasing. Dr. Shiller wants people to be able to trade and bet on it going down. And what he's essentially done in the last several years is prove that not only does the market go down, but that he can help it go down. That he can use his power in the media and his prestige and his statistics to create fear, drive that fear into the hearts of Americans, and drive the housing market down, because it is a consumer-driven marketplace. So why is this important? Because when you hear anything in the media that is telling you, because they're going to start talking about this 20-year slump in the housing market, don't believe it. Don't believe if you own a home that you're going to see a 20-year slump. It's not going to happen. You're going to see a bottom in home prices over the next couple of years. We're going to have a period of a few years of flattening of the market, and then we're going to have the big revival. That's what this show is all about, the big real estate revival. It ain't tomorrow, but it's coming, because it always does. It's America. It's a roof over your head in America. Demand for this product does not ever go away. Population is increasing. People want to live under a roof. That's the fundamental. When he talks about it being a fad, like the latest the latest fashion fad, it's idiotic. It's demoralizing, and I want you not to be affected by it, because you'll see that he's having an impact, no question. But is he going to win? Okay, is he succeeding? I would tell you no. And what I'll point to is a study that came out a couple of weeks ago by a company called Move Inc. Move Inc. are the people that run Realtor.com. So big major player in the housing market on the web. And what they did is they decided to create a survey where they have lots of people, millions a day, that are on their website looking at houses. And they said, hey, if you're looking at houses, do you want to take a survey? And they asked them, are you an investor or are you looking to buy a home to live in? And they got about 1,000 of each. And what they found, two very interesting stats. One is that investors are 3 times more likely, people who are self-proclaimed investors, 3 times more likely 3 times more likely to buy in the next 2 years than home buyers. Home buyers are spooked. Investors are juiced right now because they know the opportunity is big. They also found, and this was really gratifying to me, that 59% of the people that said they were on the website searching for investment property, 59% were first-timers, newbies in the investor market. So what it means is the negativity in the media, the public pretty much gets it now. They pretty much understand that if it bleeds, it leads. And when you hear these kind of negative things, they may be accurate in some circumstances, i.e. the market is going to come down some more before it goes back up again. But None of this long-term catastrophic nonsense. People have the faith, they have the trust, and if in your heart you feel both, you've got the faith and trust, but you also have the fear, I want to speak to the faith and trust side because you're correct. That's the part of you that is based on logic, based on experience, and not based upon the media drivel that is being shoved down your throat every single day on TV, in radio, not here, of course, and in print. So stay tough and think about real estate as a way to secure your financial future. Call us at 800-848-9222. Tell me more about what your plans are, and let me start the conversation now. I always try to give a lesson in here because we're a training company. We teach investors on ownamerica.com. We teach them how to build wealth in real estate the correct way. And the reason I say the correct way is that there's a lot of education out there. You might see it on late night cable. A lot of education that teaches you how to do it the wrong way. Because late night cable is all about getting you to pick up the phone and buy some stuff. So they'll tell you can get washboard abs without breaking a sweat, and they'll tell you that you can get rich quick in real estate. Neither one of those two things happen, but they'll sell you tapes. Our program is all about not just buy and hold, but buy, improve, and hold. See, the buy and flip thing, that can work, but you can't get rich doing that. The buy and flip thing is all about, there's one thing basically wrong with it, and that is that you've all heard about buy low, sell high, right? Everyone knows if you're going to invest, you buy low and sell high. Buying and flipping real estate is buy low, sell low. Like, how does that make any sense? You buy, and then as soon as you can, you unload it. That is not the way professional investors, by and large, do it. The vast majority buy and hold, but there's that middle part, buy, improve, and hold. So how do they do that? How do professional investors find a place where there's opportunity, find a property where there's opportunity, improve that property, and see the kind of astronomical value that they can get from it? I'm going to take a call here, actually. You know, we have Michael from Dutchess County. So before I jump into the detail, we have somebody here calling. Michael from Dutchess. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great. Thanks for picking up.
No problem. So what's on your mind?
Well, I sold the business, yada, yada. I'm debating, like, real estate, fine. You know that well. Insurance business, insurance industry, getting into that as a means of investment.
So
what do you think?
By opening up an insurance agency, like selling what kind of insurance? Life insurance, casualty insurance?
Oh, yes, the full rack.
The full rack. Okay, well, listen, the insurance business is a pretty busy field. And I know something about it because my family business is in the insurance business, but the reason why I didn't do a show called Rand on Insurance, the reason why I'm directing everybody's attention towards real estate is that you go into the insurance business, and it might be perfect for you, Michael, so don't take this as gospel, but you're out there competing against a whole lot of other people who are doing things basically the same way you are, and you're trying to find a niche. When you deal with real estate investing, when you get into the real estate business the way that I'm talking about it here, where you look for properties, you acquire them, you hold them, and you build wealth that way, there is enormous amounts of creativity, and there's enormous possibility of finding little gems that everybody else is overlooking. All right? And so, like, I'll give you an example. I mentioned that professional investors view this as a way to buy, improve, and hold. There are basically, I want you visualize a mixing board. I'm here in a radio studio, right? Right through the glass over there are the guys that run this show. And they've got these big boards with all these dials, right? You can picture that. So dials that, as you turn them up, the volume goes up. Now, the way professional investors approach building wealth in real estate is there's like 5 or 6 dials. They try to see if they can move up just a little bit each time. Okay, a little tiny bit on, for example, buying at the right time. I talk a lot here about how now is the right time. Next year, the year after, the next few years is phenomenal timing. So if they buy at the right time, then they've got the market cycle working in their favor in the future. The second thing is buying in the right place. All right, buying someplace where, like you're in Dutchess County. Dutchess County is a metro suburb of New York City, okay? It's not going away. New York's economic engine is not going away, particularly now because we have a governor who's actually fixing the state, which is beautiful. But Dutchess County being a high-value market, meaning every mile you drive south from Dutchess into New York City, the prices go up, right? The value in Dutchess County is phenomenal. You go 15 minutes south, and the prices are up 15%. You go in 45 minutes south, and the prices are triple. So you have like the best value real estate in the New York metro area, and that economic engine is so powerful.
I've been saying that for years, by the way.
What's that?
I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, well, you've been right for years, and the fact is that Dutchess County is correcting. It's overcorrecting right now. That's one of the impacts of all this negativity. Is the market is now below the trend line, and it's going to be going deeper.
I hope you don't mind. I'd like to interrupt you, and I'd like to plug part of Dutchess for real estate people.
Mm-hmm.
that's still ahead of the curve. Even during the boom, it was ahead of the curve, so to speak.
Meaning that it didn't get... Dutchess didn't go crazy.
It's called Clinton Corners.
Okay.
Rhinebeck little window there. And the bloated $220 per square foot cost it never hit it.
Right, so you didn't have that big of a party. That's true, yeah. The Northern Dutchess market didn't have that crazy of a party.
Yeah, when I bought there, I got 4 acres, 2,000 square feet for under 200. And
yeah.
I'm exactly a mile off the Golden area, Taconic. So the Golden area for Dutchess County, Taconic north-south, within 2 miles east-west of it.
See, this is my point, Michael.
Anywhere in there, regardless of single-family, multi, you're golden, really.
So here's my point, Michael. You could get into the insurance business, and you're competing with Geico, and you're competing with Allstate. You're competing with all these major players, plus a gazillion local players. But you know something about that little piece of dirt up there in Clinton Corners. Right. You know something about it, and you can be one of the world's foremost experts on that little piece of dirt, that piece of marketplace where there are diamonds in your backyard there that the smartest people on Wall Street will never know as much as you already know about Clinton Corners. And so if you put your entrepreneurial hat on and say, knowledge, intelligence, scrapping and digging and finding the gems nobody else sees, that's what this is all about, diamonds in your backyard. So thank you for the call, Michael. You can always email me at greg@ownamerica.com. We could talk more about that. But I appreciate the call, and I hope you decide to move towards real estate because it sounds like you have a passion for it. All right, this is Rand on Real Estate. If you're on the line, stay there. I'm going to get right back to you as soon as we make the come back from the break. This is Rand on Real Estate, 77 WABC. Back in a minute.